Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Talladega for round number 20 of the 2016 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series seasons. We are live here from Talladega getting ready for the first race of the Contender round for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series playoffs. I'm Rick Burton here in the broadcast booth giving live coverage of today's Fred's 250 powered by Coca-Cola. And we have the 21 of Grant Enfinger on the pole. Yet again, his second straight pole in the Truck Series. He'll start first alongside rookie Dylan Lupton, your Eldora winner from a couple of months ago. Jumping back to row 2, a couple more GMS racing trucks. Spencer Gallagher, the 23, and Johnny Sauter, the highest chase driver on the grid. They'll roll off fourth in the Smoky Mountain Chevrolet. Row 3, a couple of KBM trucks. Matt Tiff, the 54, and Cody Coughlin, the 51. And William Byron, Daniel Hemrick, Christopher Bale, and Tyler Reddick. 4 championship contenders sitting right near each other on the grid. Now, here at Talladega, the first race of round 2, you cannot win the championship here at Talladega, but you can lose it, and you have no room for mistakes from this point on. Talladega, Martinsville, and Phoenix, and then we wrap it up at the Homestead Miami Speedway. A lot to be said, but for right now, let's take it down track side with the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
The command has now been given. The drivers will start their engines and be led by the pace car onto the track. Grant Enfinger, his second career pole, his second consecutive pole in the Truck Series in the 21. At the top of your screen, you will see your starting grid roll, allowing you to see where your favorite driver is going to start in today's Fred's 250 powered by Coca-Cola. 32 trucks rolling onto the track. Had a total of 33 that showed up. The 74 of Mike Harmon did not qualify on time. The 28 of Ryan Ellis, the 6 of Norm Benning will round out the field. Now we have two chasers who are no longer two chasers that are no longer in championship contention. The 17, Timothy Peters, missed round 2 by 1 single point on Johnny Sauter. 31, John Hunter Nemechek also missed round 2 by 5 points. That is 5 spots on the track, and it's going to get even closer and tighter in this next round. After Phoenix, in just a couple of weeks, 2 more drivers will be on the outside looking in, as 4 drivers will head to Homestead and battle for that NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship. Grant Enfinger, he is only here to win. Right now, he is on the pole alongside Dylan Lupton. Spencer Gallagher, the 23, alongside Johnny Sauter. We have a lot of pair of teammates starting up here inside the top 10. Outside the top 10, you have Austin Terrio, Ben Rhodes, Brian Keselowski in the 19, David Reagan driving the 92. David Reagan's final race at the Ricky Benton Motorsports team. You have Matt Crafton, the lowest chaser, 15th. Timothy Peters, a 2-time Talladega winner, in 17th. A lot of drivers, even though they may be starting out the back, they still have a great shot to go to victory lane, just stay out of trouble. But how will they be able to do that? About to find out. Race 20 of the year, chase race number 4, the first race of the Contender round about to get underway. Grant Enfinger, Dylan Lupton side by side. They come down the front straightaway to get us underway. The Fred's 250 powered by Coca-Cola is green. And they ought to jump out 3 and 4 wide getting into turn 1, but it's the 2 GMS racing trucks on the inside going to the front. Grant Enfinger and teammate Spencer Gallagher, first and second, coming out turn 2. The outside line did not get going. Dylan Lupton slowed down the outside line of Johnny Sauter. Now jumps the inside, comes to 54, Matt Tiff, with his teammate Christopher Bale not far behind. And 3 wide and almost 4 wide already getting into turn 3. That's Austin Terrio. 3 wide on the 14 of Daniel Hemrick, and the 9 of William Byron jumps to the outside line with no help. Or I should have said not a lot of help. As now GMS Racing versus KBM at the front. Enfinger, Gallagher, Tiff, and Bell, your top 4. As leading lap number 1 at Talladega, it'll be Grant Enfinger. Infinger had the lead, but now here comes the 54. Matt Tiff in the middle. Christopher Bell on the inside, going to the lead. Bell not helping his teammate. He wants that lead all to himself, and he has the 77 Ontario behind him. Austin Terrio really good when it comes to restricted plate racing. They're almost 4 wide back here. Look at this close, tight racing. In the middle is Daniel Hemrick, one of our championship contenders. Gallagher now looks to make it 4 wide. Brian Keselowski, Matt Tiff, Jesse Little on the bottom. And now up front it is the 4 of Christopher Bell and the Red Horse Racing teammates Austin Terrio and Timothy Peters making their way to the front. And it's Bell leading lap number 2. This is a 21 lap race. 19 to go already. We're still clean and green. But now Peters overtakes his teammate Terrio to get second. Now runs to the back bumper of the 4. Bell on the tailgate, dives to the inside, coming down the back straightaway, and now he'll have help from the 97 of Jesse Little. And look at this, almost 4 wide, getting the turn number 3. So close, and we talked about that. There's no room for error. You cannot afford to have a bad race here at Talladega and expect just to make it up at Martinsville or Phoenix, as David Reagan 3 wide in the 92 on the inside. Ricky Bitton Motorsports has been close to getting a victory lane, getting a win. Got 3rd place at Daytona a couple of years ago with Clay Rogers. And now here with David Reagan, a 2-time Talladega winner, 1 Cup win and has 1 Xfinity win. And now David Reagan takes the top spot, but not so fast. Here comes Ben Kennedy on the inside. Ben Kennedy getting a pretty good push from Daniel Hemrick as Peters trying to come up through the middle in that 17. And now the 11 of Ben Kennedy gets on the inside, and he will take that top spot away from David Reagan with help from Daniel Hemrick in the 14. This is a very large pack. 29 trucks are in this lead pack here at Talladega. Norm Benning, Jennifer Jo Cobb, and Ryan Ellis have lost the lead pack. But now here comes that 29 of Tyler Reddick, and check out the 3rd guy on the inside lane. That is Jordan Anderson, driving the 66 for Bullen Motorsports, and he's up here looking for the lead. Anderson now moves to the middle lane. Here comes the 9 of William Byron. Behind him is Chad Boat. Also lined up on the inside of the 44. Tommy Joe Martins having a great run on that 44. A team that will run full time in 2017. And now the 29 of Tyler Reddick takes the top spot away. He'll lead entering the trial with the 3 wide behind him. Now the 13, Austin Wayne Self, Tommy Joe Martins, and Jordan Anderson 3 wide. As Matt Tiff had a pretty good run on the outside, jumps to the outside of the 29, but not enough steam and momentum to get alongside. And they're 4 wide again. Six drivers in this lead pack are just trying to survive and go to Martinsville with a shot to advance into round number 2. As there they go, Timothy Peters is around in front of some other trucks. Peters spins out, and that will bring out the yellow. Tyler Reddick leads, William Byron, Matt Tiff, Daniel Hemrick, and Ben Kennedy. But it's the 17 of Timothy Peters getting the worst of it, and they're 3 wide coming across the line. Matt Tiff, William Byron. It'll be William Byron who will lead the battle at the line. William Byron leads. The 54, Matt Tiff, is going to be 3rd. Tyler Reddick is 2nd. Hemrick is 4th. And running out your top 5 will be the 11 of Ben Kennedy. But it's Kennedy's teammate, the 17, Timothy Peters, lined up on, or is currently in his pit stall. Apparently the 21 of Enfinger, the 23 Gallagher, the 00 Ben Rhodes, Terrio, Crafton, they may have been involved, not quite sure, but the driver with the most damage, no doubt, is the 17 of Timothy Peters. And we're going to go and check and see what happened to the Red Horse Racing veteran. He was eliminated from the championship after last weekend at Las Vegas by 1 point. And they're 4 wide down the back straightaway, and appears to 98 Cameron Haley, the 00 Ben Rhodes. And we're going to make contact, come up the track. Rhodes collects the 17 of Peters, and they're going to all try to check out the 31 got involved, John Hunter Nemechek. And Nemechek got some pretty good contact. Gallagher and Finger pretty much had to stop to avoid running into the 0-0 in the 17. And Peters, I don't believe he got that much damage at all either. And he's still right now on pit lane, about to go a lap down to new leader William Byron, looking for his 3rd win of the year. And should William Byron or Tyler Reddick or Daniel Hemrick win today at Talladega, they will automatically transfer over into the Final 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. So this is a big race. Right now, William Byron is your race leader. You're currently watching the Fred's 250 powered by Coca-Cola. 11 laps are now left to go here at Talladega. After the first caution of the day, one truck has went behind the wall. That is the 0-0 of Ben Rhodes. Rhodes is actually taking this truck behind the wall. We're hearing he actually had some contact on the track, ran into the back of another truck when they were all slowing down under yellow. We are being told that is the reason why Ben Rhodes has went behind the wall. A radiator broke on the 0-0 after the contact made. The 17, Timothy Peters, on track in 31st place, but only 1 lap down. Spencer Gallagher, 3rd place on the grid, was up front early on. Gallagher has no hood. Neither does John Hunter Nemechek, no hood. So a couple of players who could have been in the battle for the win, who were in the battle for the win, done it for the day, or no longer in contention to win, but it'll be 11 to go, and it's the rookie William Byron, the Liberty University Toyota up front, Tyler Reddick 2nd, Matt Tiff, Daniel Hemrick, and Ben Kennedy your top 5. How about Jordan Anderson 6, Austin Wayne Self, Brian Keselowski, Chad Boat, and Brandon Brown your top 10 on track, coming down on the green flag. And how about some of these names who have never won a race, like Tiff, like Hemrick, and Kennedy? There's about 7 drivers inside the top 10 who have never won a race. We're back underway, and the first guy to jump out of the line, the 14 of Daniel Hemrick, and he'll actually lose a spot to the 11 of Ben Kennedy. Austin Wayne Self, here comes the 19 of Brian Keselowski, the older brother of Cup Series champion Brad Keselowski. And we have one truck off pace that appears to be the 49 of Travis Quapple. It is the 49 Travis Quapple. He restarted in 17th place, and he is now falling off the pace off turn 2. As up front, taking over the lead is going to be the 29 of Tyler Reddick. Up front now goes Reddick. Ben Kennedy will take 2nd away from William Byron. Hemrick now up into 3rd. Tyler Reddick, Daniel Hemrick, William Byron, they know how important a win today would be. But Ben Kennedy does not care. He wants his first career win, and he wants it now. He's up into 2nd. Now, down the back away, here comes Kennedy blocking Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick makes a run to the inside. He'll be free wide yet again going into turn 1. Kennedy is able to shut the door, and Daniel Hemrick, who did not have enough run to get on the inside of the 29, and now up top is Reddick, but behind him on the outside is his teammate Brian Keselowski. They come off turn 2 into the trioval. Ben Kennedy now up front. We've already passed the halfway point in this race. 9 to go at Talladega for Ben Kennedy, but now Daniel Hemrick and William Byron jumps back to the inside to get that lead away. That puts the 14 of Daniel Hemrick in a tight position right now in the middle of a 3-wide battle coming off turn 2. Has Ricky just a little behind him. Travis Quapple still on pit lane, getting service on his number 49 as Austin Wayne Self and David Reagan was making some contact. They keep it together. They keep it clean for now. And now the new leader is the 4 of Christopher Bell. We've seen his teammate William Byron, his teammate Matt Tiff lead. Now it's Christopher Bell's turn in the 4, and he'll bring the 33 of Johnny Sauter, your Daytona winner. Last time we was on a restricted plate track, it was Daytona, and we saw the 33 of Johnny Sauter pick up the win. Now into 2nd place behind the 4 of Christopher Bell. Sauter, the 2014 Talladega winner. I'm sorry, 2013 Talladega winner. And now comes the 88 of Matt Crafton. Crafton was trying to make sure he was not in that first crash. Did a nice job getting through that. That wreck was right in front of him, and Crafton was able to get through that and work his way up now inside the top 3. And trying to block the 54 Matt Tiff, who jumps to the inside in the tri-oval. Here comes the 54 Matt Tiff. But now the battle is on for second place between the two former teammates, Crafton and Sauter. Tomorrow, the NASCAR Spring Cup Series, Alabama 500, round 2, race 2, round 2 of the Cup Series. I'm sorry, the final round of the round 2 of the Cup Series chase. That will be ending tomorrow here at the Talladega Super Speedway, the Alabama 500. And how about the 36th Bobby Gerhart, who'll be running in tomorrow's Cup Series race? Bobby Gerhart for the Melton brothers. We have Garrett Smithley, his teammate. And now going for the lead, here comes the 88, Matt Crafton, side by side for the lead. William Byron, look at that 36 of Bobby Gerhart, giving that truck an incredible run here at Talladega. Bobby Gerhart, can he win this race? 6 to go at the line. William Byron, 3 wide, going into turn 1, and we are looking to see how many trucks are in this lead pack. It is about 21 trucks. The first truck out of the lead pack is to 50 of Josh Wise. And now Gerhart. Behind him is Smithley. Not really going fast on into turn 3 enough, as the 14 jumps to the inside and blocks up 36 of Gerhart. That's Daniel Hemrick in the 3rd place. Chasers 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Had Dylan Lupton, Ben Kennedy, Austin Wayne Self. A lot of guys looking for their first career win, or just a win to give that team some momentum heading into the final 3 races of the year. 5 to go for the 9 of William Byron. His first time he's ever raced here at Talladega, and now he's battling the 88 of Matt Crafton. Crafton takes the lead away. Hemrick 2nd. 3 wide again, going down in the turn 1. Daniel Hemrick looked to the inside of Matt Crafton. Now Christopher Bell jumps to the inside, hoping to make it 3 wide, unable to do so. And his chasers 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then you have the ARCA veteran Bobby Gerhart, the 36th up here inside the top 5. We come here to 4 to go at Talladega. Matt Crafton in the front. In the lead, Christopher Bell now 2nd. Daniel Hemrick on the outside, trying to get that outside line rolling. Has William Barr behind him, and now Byron jumps in the middle. 4 wide, Bobby Gerhart and Ben Kennedy 4 wide for 3rd place. Gerhart's now stuck in the middle. Ben Kennedy on the inside with David Reagan, Dylan Lupton, all making the way to the front. How about the 92 of David Reagan? Can he win it for Ricky Benton Motorsports? Down in the turn 3 now. Lupton now trying to get that 2nd spot away on the inside line. Lupton won at Eldora earlier in the year. Jesse Little, Matt Tiff, Austin Wayne Self never won a race. Now it's the Cup Series driver David Reagan in front of the field at Talladega. Christopher Bell 2nd now. They're coming up on a slower lap truck of Gallagher. Where does Gallagher go to get out of the way? There's really nowhere to go but on the apron. And now he's going to hold up the inside lane. Slowing down the inside line is Spencer Gallagher, the 23. Now this is where a wreck is bound to occur now. They got to start trying to get going and get around this 23 as fast as possible without causing a wreck. Reagan now falls back in the driver who this is hurting a lot. The 14 of Daniel Hemrick, the 29 of Tyler Reddick. They're making the way out of turn number 4. All of them has pretty much almost have gotten by. But it is Christopher Bell, Matt Crafton, William Byron, Jesse Little, and Matt Tiff, your top 5. Johnny Sauter, Chad Boat, Jordan Anderson, Austin Wayne Self, and Brandon Brown, your top 10 with 2 to go. It's the rookie Christopher Bell leading down the back straightaway. But now these drivers are not out of it by no means. Here comes Crafton. Here comes his teammate Jesse Little to the inside. All those guys were able to get around the 23 of Gallagher. Now it's Crafton. Can Johnny Sauter go back-to-back wins on the restricted plate? They come out of the final corner. How about Chad Bowe? How about Jordan Anderson? Could they win this race? Sauter 3 wide for 2nd place. Johnny Sauter on the inside. They come across the line. It'll be the white flag. 1 lap to go at Talladega for the 33 of Johnny Sutter. How about Chad Boat now coming on the inside? Can Chad Boat win this race? Chad Boat has Austin Wayne Self, Brandon Brown, Cody Coughlin all lined up on the inside lane. Down the back straightaway they go. Austin Wayne Self to the inside, now 13. Can Self get around the 16 of Boat? Boat trying to shut the door. It's still Sutter on the outside line, getting a pretty good push with the 88 of Crafton. Can Self make it 3 wide? They come from turn 4. The checker flag is in the air. Off the final corner. Down the triangle. Austin Wayne Self makes it 3 wide. All behind the 33. Johnny Sutter hangs on. Matt Credit on the outside trying to get there. Won't be enough. Johnny Sutter wins at Talladega. Johnny Sutter gets his 2nd career win at the Talladega Superspeedway, and a fantastic finish. Matt Crowden 2nd in that 88, and a career best for the 13 of Austin Wayne Self, 3rd place in that number 13. And about Brandon Brown, a top 10 finish for Brandon Brown. Great run by him. You have Chad Boat, a top 5. Top 5 for Jordan Anderson, 4th place for Jordan Anderson. A great run by the 66, and Little comes out of here with the top 10, but Bobby Garrett or Daniel Hemrick 15th. I'm trying to see where some of our chasers ended up. Christopher Bell fell to 10th place. Tyler Reddick 13th. But I don't believe really any of our chasers really had a bad enough day that they are out of championship contention. But we do know for sure that Johnny Sauter will advance to the Final 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway after just escaping elimination last weekend at Las Vegas. Now Sauter finds himself in that Final 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway with his 4th win of 2016 here at Talladega. Congratulations to the whole 33 team and Johnny Sauter getting ready to run for his first career Camping Road Truck Series championship. But he had to beat his former teammate at ThorSport, Matt Crafton, to get the win. 2nd place for Crafton. And then how about Austin Wayne Self, Jordan Anderson, Chad Boat, Brandon Brown, Jesse Little, Matt Tiff, Cody Coughlin, and Christopher Bell. Your top 10. And I believe the lowest chaser was the 14 of Daniel Hemrick, who comes home 15th in the California Clean Power Chevrolet for NTS Motorsports. So now there was three races remaining for the Truck Series here in 2016. Martinsville Speedway, which will be next weekend, Phoenix, and then Homestead for the trucks. Tomorrow, the NASCAR Speeding Up Series will continue their race at the championship with the final race of the Contender round, the Alabama 500. Casey Kane, Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, Martin Truex Jr. currently on the outside looking in, and is Clint Boyer on the bubble, the final spot in that top 8 in points. Can Boyer hang on? Can one of the other drivers get a win and make the way into the round number 3, the eliminator round? We'll find out. As congrats to Johnny Sauter on his 2nd win at Talladega and his 4th win of the year. On your screen is your results and your chase grid after today's race. Until then, we'll see you next weekend at Martinsville for the Kroger 250. Goodbye, everyone.